Alright, here we are in the F4. This is take 2. Oh. Anyway, yeah, I thought I'd put a video together because we've had it, a couple of weeks now. And yeah, it flies like a brick. A really bad brick most of the time. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, as I told one of my friends, yeah, I was always very proud before that I'd shot down 3 German F4s and an F16 in the ACMI once in my F3. Yeah, with a lot of help from my backseater, it has to be said. But, you know, now that I've flown this F4 around, yeah, I like shooting down the F16, but the F4s doesn't seem like much of an achievement anymore because this thing, yeah, flies like a brick. So the point of the video is talking about the takeoff, because someone said you take off with the stick hard back, and I thought that was very strange because that's highly unusual. Possible to do a pairs takeoff. So I called up a buddy who was F4 pilot in Weasels and asked him about it. He said, no, you take it off like any normal plane. And if you read the heat blur manual, it's kind of a little, can easily be misread, has to be said. So you start with the stick forward a bit. Why? Because you want the weight on the nose wheel. You hold the nose wheel steering button in. Alright, I'm going to run up to 85%. They would do some checks, but obviously I don't care about that. We're just going to go. Yeah, you take off with the flaps down. Make sure that they are. And then I'm going to brakes off. I'm going to full power. I'm going to put the burners up. I'm waiting for the 80 knot call. At the 80 knots, I let go of the nose wheel steering button, and now I can just use the rudder. And now I'm looking for my 160, 165, and we rotate and gear and flaps, and I'm holding that 10 degrees. Alright, and there we go. So, burners out 350 is what we used to do. This thing flies 350 to 0.9, which is kind of cool. Man, it really does fly like a brick. I don't know. My instructor at Shepherd told me once that the T-38 flew like the F4, and he flew F4s in the UK. Now, maybe the British ones, I think they're F4Js. I'm terrible on aircraft history, you know, unless I actually flew it. So, anyway, for what it's worth, that is a kind of normal takeoff. All right, talking to my buddy, and yeah, that's it. Don't hold the stick hard back. Right, rotate like you normally rotate in every other plane. Yeah, and the only problem is that heat blur. Really, we need a weight versus rotation speed, so that we can actually work out when we're meant to rotate. It would kind of help rather than wagging it. Which may be why people are holding the stick hard back, because they don't know anything else, right? I mean, to be fair to heat blur, most of the other aircraft, we don't know what they. Shoot, I should shut Jester up. Can I shut Jester up? I think I can, right? Oh, should have done that earlier. Mind you, we need him for the takeoff because I really want him to give me the 80 knots call right now. Get rid of all the other rubbish. Oh my goodness. If you're... God would never be so unprofessional. On takeoff is a critical stage of flight, and you don't mess around goofing off saying stupid things. So that kind of gets on my nerves. And to be brutally honest, I probably should put a blasted thing into heat blur. I mean, you don't want to silence him. I want him to say what he says. He should say, it'd be really good if he could say 80 and rotate, because that would be really nice, you know, because then we'd have the speed. Now, okay, look, the Americans, yeah, they brake at 1,000 feet, but the RAF brakes at 500, so I'm going to brake at 500. Oh, I'm on the wrong side here. Oh, well, there we go. I'm going to left brake away from the tower anyway, but I am on the wrong side because I was on the live side. So when I bring the throttle back, this thing is crazy. Slows down so fast. You know, it's like, who needs speed brakes? Don't need speed brakes in this thing at all. Now, I'm flying on flat panel, as you can tell, because I tried to make this video in VR, and oh my goodness, I made myself sick, let alone anyone who bothered to watch it. So there you go. So try to fly 1500 feet here, and I'll try and fly a pattern, but I'm kind of rubbish at it, to be brutally honest. You know, I think my weight's oh shoot, my weight's a bit high, to say the least. Oh well, it's going to be a really fast landing. Okay, there we go, that's all we can say. Yeah, bomber circuit, flat panel is so much harder than VR, but it makes a much better video, of course, for YouTube. So I'm far too wide. This is like something out, I don't know what, you know, this is like a B1 pattern. This is, anyway. All right, so we got the gear, let's see, we got the flap. God, I can't believe how hard it is to read these blasted gauges as well. This thing is an ergonomic nightmare. I don't know, it really is. Yeah, I mean, so one of my friends was telling me that MiG-21s are running around killing F4s like crazy. Wow, don't want to fly slow. God, I don't want to fly on speed. You'll never be able to hear me. Flippin' heck. Okay, I know I can turn the indexer down somewhere, but as I say, honestly, this is the first time I've had this in flat panel. Therefore, I've been flying in VR the whole time. Work's been kind of quiet, so I've just been doing that. So here we go. Anyway, we'll see if I can get a semi-decent landing out of it. I would not fly a pattern like this in VR, alright? This is atrocious. It's enormous. It's a bomber pattern. You know, everyone would take the piss out of you if you did this in real life. You know, but having said that, it's flat panel, and anyone who flies flat panel, man, you have a much harder time than anyone in VR. Now, I don't know about this seat height as well. I mean, the nose attitude is really high. Yeah, and the index is going to come on in a minute, so you're going to see this is going to be ugly, but there you go. Let's see, flew through, that's bad. Oh, I didn't take my own advice from my previous video, did I? But there you go. Oh, don't start sinking. There you go. It loves to sink. And I'm landing long, which is also something I didn't want to do. There we go. Definitely an F4 landing. F4 drivers never flare much anyway. Alright, here we go. So, anyway, for what it's worth, that's a quick video on my thoughts on the F4. You know, maybe you can get a little something out of it. Maybe the takeoff, I think, is kind of helpful compared to what I've seen, which is wrong. Alright, and that was from an F4 guy. Now, trying to get my F4 buddy over, and we'll try and make some videos. I'll try and make a video of an actual F4 pilot flying this F4. The only problem is whenever my friends who fly come over, the problem is our controls, you know, our PC controls are just so different from real life. They just haven't got the weight from them. But anyway, I'll see if I can try and get him over, and we'll make a quick video. And then I'll try and do a similar thing with my buddy who flew F-15Es on the F-15E, so I can have a bit of a laugh. Alright, anyway, I hope you found that helpful. Cheers, bye.